The sky over Ukraine roared. A Russian Su fighter jet, a symbol of aggression, soared through the air, its mission to unleash destruction upon a nation fighting for its survival. But on this day, something was different. A new protector watched from below. March 11, 2025 will forever be etched in the annals of history. For on this day, Ukraine struck back with a vengeance. A plume of smoke marked the SAMP's launch. The European missile system, a long-awaited answer to Russian air power, was finally put to the test. Seconds stretched into an eternity as the missile closed in on its target. Then, a blinding flash illuminated the sky. The Russian jet, caught in the blast, transformed into a fireball. The earth shook as debris rained down from the heavens. The downing of the Russian jet sent shockwaves across the globe. It was the first time Ukraine had successfully deployed a European-made long-range air defense system against a Russian aerial target. The kill was a testament to the SAMP's capabilities and a stark warning to the Kremlin Ukraine's defenses were evolving. The SAMP-T, a joint project between France and Italy, is a marvel of modern engineering. Also known as the Aster 30, the system is designed to counter a wide array of aerial threats, from fighter jets to ballistic missiles. At its core is the Aster 30 Block 1 missile, a high-speed interceptor capable of reaching Mach 4.5. With a range of 62 miles, the Aster 30 can engage targets far beyond the reach of most short-range air defense systems. The SAMP-T's true strength lies in its sophisticated radar system. The Arabelle 3D phased array radar, with its impressive 372-mile range, can track up to 100 targets simultaneously. This allows the SAMP-T to engage multiple threats at once, making it an incredibly valuable asset in Ukraine's fight for air superiority. Each SAMP-T battery consists of 6 transporter erector launcher vehicles, each armed with 8 Aster 30 missiles. This gives each battery a total firepower of 48 missiles, enough to counter even a sustained air assault. The system's mobility is another key advantage. Mounted on Renault Carax trucks, the SAMP-T can be quickly deployed to different locations, making it difficult for Russian forces to target. The arrival of the SAMP-T in Ukraine marked a turning point in the conflict. For months, Ukraine had relied heavily on the US-made Patriot system to counter Russian air attacks. While effective, the Patriot's availability was limited, and its reliance on US support made it vulnerable to political whims. The SAMP-T offered a much-needed alternative. With its comparable capabilities, the European system provided Ukraine with a crucial second line of defense. It meant that Ukraine was no longer solely dependent on the US for its air defense needs, a critical factor in a conflict where geopolitical alliances were constantly shifting. The successful downing of the Russian jet further solidified the SAMP-T's importance. It proved to be a potent symbol of European support for Ukraine and a clear message to Russia that its aggression would not go unanswered. The kill also had a profound impact on the morale of Ukrainian soldiers and civilians alike. It was a beacon of hope, a sign that victory was still possible. The SAMP-T's emergence as a viable alternative to the Patriot could not have come at a more crucial time. Relations between the US and Ukraine, once seemingly unbreakable, had become increasingly strained. The Trump administration's decision to suspend military aid and intelligence sharing on March 4, 2025, sent shockwaves through Ukraine. While the aid was eventually reinstated after a tense ceasefire agreement, the episode exposed the fragility of US support. It highlighted the need for Ukraine to diversify its sources of military equipment and reduce its dependence on any single nation. The SAMP-T, with its European origins, provided Ukraine with a degree of autonomy. It meant that Ukraine's air defense capabilities were no longer entirely at the mercy of US foreign policy. This newfound independence was crucial for Ukraine to chart its own course and resist Russian pressure. Despite the SAMP-T's success, challenges remained. The on-again, off-again nature of US-Ukraine relations continued to cast a shadow over the conflict. The Trump administration's unpredictable behavior created an atmosphere of uncertainty, making it difficult for Ukraine to plan for the long term. The suspension of military aid in March 2025 served as a stark reminder that US support, while vital, could not be taken for granted. It forced Ukraine to confront the possibility that it might have to fight on alone, at least for a time. The volatile nature of US-Ukraine relations had a direct impact on the battlefield. The suspension of intelligence sharing hampered Ukraine's ability to target Russian forces and defend against attacks. It also raised concerns about the long-term viability of the Patriot system in Ukraine, as it relied heavily on U.S. logistical support and intelligence. As the war in Ukraine raged on, a new crisis emerged: a critical shortage of missiles. Both the Patriot and SAMP-T systems, while highly effective, were limited by the availability of interceptors. Lockheed Martin, the manufacturer of the Patriot missile, was struggling to keep pace with the demand. Despite increasing production to 500 missiles per year, the company was facing supply chain issues and labor shortages. The situation was even more dire for the Aster 30 missile, which was produced at a much slower rate. MBDA, the European consortium responsible for the Aster, took nearly 2 years to produce a single missile. The missile shortage posed a significant threat to Ukraine's air defense capabilities. With limited interceptors available, Ukrainian forces were forced to ration their use, prioritizing the most valuable targets. This meant that some areas of the country were left vulnerable to Russian air attacks. The downing of the Russian jet by the SAMP-T marked a turning point in the war in Ukraine. It demonstrated the effectiveness of European military technology and provided a much-needed morale boost to Ukrainian forces. However, the conflict was far from over. Russia, despite suffering setbacks, remained a formidable adversary. The missile shortage posed a serious challenge, and the unpredictable nature of U.S. support added another layer of complexity. The future of Ukraine's defense rested on its ability to secure a steady supply of weapons and maintain the support of its international partners. The SAMP-T, with its proven capabilities, would undoubtedly play a critical role in Ukraine's future, but its success hinged on addressing the missile shortage and ensuring a reliable supply chain. The war in Ukraine had highlighted the importance of international cooperation in the face of aggression. Only by working together could Ukraine and its allies hope to deter further Russian aggression and secure a lasting peace.